respiratory system. This is another subsystem within our body that is also very much responsible to producing various blood various biosignal that can be measured using different instruments. So the respiratory system main task is basically gas exchange, yeah, and to exchange gas with the surrounding atmosphere to into and or from the circulatory system, mainly in the pulmonary circulatory system, with the blood in the pulmonary circulatory system. So the function of respiratory system include mechanical ventilation, so moving air into and out of the lung. So this upper tract respiratory system. Then the lung itself conducts the gas exchange between the air and the blood in the lungs. And on the other hand, between the blood and the bodily tissues. In between the blood and the bodily tissues. This happens, of course, in the cellular level, all around the body. Then the oxygen utilization in body tissues within the scope of energy liberating reaction of cell respiration. Yeah, the utilization of oxygen for generating the energy. Usually this is conducted at cellular level in the mitochondria. So let's review a little bit the structure of respiratory system. This is the upper tract respiratory system, which consists of the nose cavity, the hot palate here. This. The soft palate here, and then the uvula, which basically limit the respiratory system with the digestion system. Then they will share the same system here. Yeah, at this level, pharynx, then the esophagus, and this is will be the digestion system. Then the trachea goes into the respiratory system. So when you are eating, then this will be closing here, but when you are breathing, this will close the digestion system so that the air can travel to the trachea. Okay, so when you are taking a nose swab, for example, in COVID-19 test, usually then the physicians will take your sample using nose swab here until this level. Then the lower structure of the respiratory system, so after the air goes into the trachea while the food goes to the esophagus, so it's basically like crossing paths here, two crossing paths here. So, and this is the task of the uvula to limit or to make the boundary, like a rail pass. So here the air will go through the trachea, and after that it will branch in bronchi here. The two branches of this trachea. One goes to the right lung, the other one goes to the left lung. Then the air will be further distributed into this small structure, smaller branches, and then exchange air with the blood in this parenchyma tissue. And the pumping of the air into the lung, into this parenchyma, as well as later the exhaling or the pumping out of the air from the structure to the surrounding air is done using this diaphragma structure, using the physics law, the Boyle's law, which you have learned maybe in the previous semester. So the primary function of the lungs is to provide oxygen to the bloodstream that pass the lungs. And this is done through diffusion. The oxygen will diffuse passively from the alveoli, which is then filled with air, into the pulmonary capillaries. Then from there to the blood plasma, and then to the red blood cells, where oxygen is finally stored. And the oxygen is bound to the red blood cell using this protein called as hemoglobin, which has an iron atom is a complex of protein and metalloprotein complex that binds the oxygen. So when during the inspiration, yeah, this diaphragm will expand, yeah, will expand to which will result in the increase of the thoracic cavity volume. Okay, and then the lungs will, the ribs here will expand, air will flow into the lung because the volume is increases. It means then the pressure will decrease. The pressure inside the thoracic cavity will decrease. As a result, pressure in the surrounding air in the atmosphere is larger than pressure inside the thoracic cavity, and the air will flow from the higher pressure towards the lower pressure, goes into the thoracic cavity. Yeah, this is Boyle's law. Remember, the Boyle's law is that PV equal to constant, yeah, or the complete Charles Boyle's law is PV T equals constant. Since temperature is can be considered constant, yeah. Well, actually, it is not the same here because here inside is 27 degrees Celsius, outside is maybe 22 degree, 25 degrees Celsius. But let's say the difference is very small. We consider them constant. So PV, this is reduced to Boyle's law. So when the volume here decreases, in order that it maintains constant, P will increase. Yeah, so P1 equals to P2 V2. If V2 volume 2 is smaller than V1, then P2 is larger than P1. So this is what occurs. This is Boyle's law. Then during the expiration or exhale stage, the diaphragm will be contracted and pushing the air inside this thoracic cavity. So here the volume here will be smaller than, sorry, yeah, the volume here will be smaller than the previous volume. As a result, the pressure here, since volume is getting smaller, pressure will increase. Pressure here will be larger than the atmospheric pressure. So as a result, air will be pushed away, pushed out from the thoracic cavity into the external atmosphere. Okay. Okay, so until now, so this is what we have had. Yes, so the sensor, the body sounds, this is sensor like body sound center, for example, capture recorded signal in the form of phonocardiogram, electrocardiogram, and mechanospirogram, and then capture it as physiological parameters. Yeah, is translated into heart, interpreted as heart rate, respiratory rate, or blood pressure. Okay, now I will